In today's video, we're going to learn some more about learned helplessness. We're going to go over to Cleveland, Texas and look at a story. First, let's do a character introduction. One of our characters is news reporters. So a news reporter can experience learned helplessness from consistently covering tragic events. They can feel powerless, they can feel overwhelmed. This exposure can diminish their motivation and affect their overall mental well-being. So that's a risk to the reporters, constantly covering nasty dog attacks, for one thing. So learned helplessness can also lead to a sedentary lifestyle. So one of the characters in our story has a sedentary lifestyle. And the character is Texas children. Texas children have some of the worst obesity, often linked to the sedentary lifestyle. Yep, they don't get their 60 minutes of physical activity. It's linked to an increased screen time and decreased outdoor play. So kids are one of our characters in our story. Another character is going to be our 911 operators. They can get learned helplessness because they experience the high stress nature of their work. You know, when you're getting call after call after call about dog attacks, but you can't do anything about it, that creates learned helplessness in your brain. Very bad for you. Yep. It's because of constant exposure to traumatic incidents, lack of control over their situations. What can they do? Call after call after call for a dog attack, and what can they do? They got to go home. Hey, honey, what did you do today? Oh, another pit bull attack over there, and another stray dog mauled a toddler and killed another dog. Oh, very sad. So 911 operators, as I was talking about, they receive many calls in Texas, especially. Texas has a high incidence of such incidents. In 2022, Texas ranked second in the nation for dog attacks on postal workers. So postal workers and other delivery and service people are also a character in our story. They are constantly experiencing dog attacks, but they can't do anything about it. And a big part of this is their fellow people, their parents, their mothers, their children, their kids, fellow society members cannot do anything about it, or they just straight up refuse to do anything about it because they don't want to look bad. Yep. So let's keep going with our character introduction. Oh, that's a blank one. Another character introduction is our law enforcement people. And so for this character introduction, I want to show you this. Law enforcement worker suicide, an updated national assessment. So this is a study, one of many, that show the stressors that police officers go through, which leads them to consider suicide or do other things. And let me just read some of the findings for you real quick. But 4,441,814 decedents were studied in this thing, and the findings were significantly higher proportion of deaths from suicide for law enforcement officers. So I'm not really trying to focus on suicide with this, but this illustrates if you're committing suicide, then you've given up on life. You've given up on solving any of your problems, and learned helplessness is a big part of that. Yeah. So let's go over to our story now. We're over here in Cleveland, Texas.
Criminals, but instead they say dozens of stray dogs are attacking people all throughout the day and nighttime. Two of the most recent attacks happened Thanksgiving Day. Today, our Devin Clark went to the neighborhood to find out what is going on.
Yeah, we want to warn you that some of the images you are about to see might be hard to watch.
Well, they're harder to live. Isn't that funny? They're so concerned about us seeing them, but they'll allow that to happen.
This is video taken.
The fact that we have to put up with this is ridiculous.
This woman who asked not to be identified says more than 24 stray dogs roamed the neighborhood. She says it was her cousin.
Do you hear all that noise in the background? That creates learned helplessness too, because if you want to be out in your yard just chilling, you have to put up with that. If you talk to your neighbors, if you call the police, They'll just brush you off.
Who could be heard screaming for his life while being attacked right outside their door on Thanksgiving Day. She says the same dogs also tried to attack the paramedics who came to see about her cousin.
I don't have a life.
So, you remember our character introduction just a few moments ago. How many characters are suffering? It's the news people already, it's the paramedics, as they said, and it's at least 2 women that have been mauled by these dogs. They're the ones suffering the learned helplessness, this problem that they witness all the time. Yet what can they do about it? What are they even allowed to do about it over there in Texas?
I can't go out. I'm constantly scared about leaving my house, coming home at night. I have to stay in my car 30-35 minutes to make sure that these...
Notice they have it buzzed out. I believe that's because this person has a firearm.
dogs are not anywhere around.
She says she's only lived here since May and already wants to sell her house. This is the sand.
Good luck selling that house. Speaking of selling the house, let me go over here to the script version of the story. In one of the videos, we see this for sale sign. No kidding. Those people want out of that nasty place. That's the only way that they can solve that problem, is to run off.
The woman says her cousin was wearing when he was attacked. As you can see, it is all chewed up. They say the situation has gotten so out of hand that they've had to take matters into their own hands and hire someone to put these traps out, hoping to make this problem a thing of the past.
So we got even more characters. Now we have the people that are hired to set out the traps.
Emily Curtis, who lives right across the street, says no one can even walk their own pets because of stray dogs.
I was attacked. And it was completely unprovoked.
Curtis says she was trying to go to work on Thanksgiving Day when she suddenly found herself trying to ward off around 8 relentless canines.
But I feel every bite. I remember every ripping of the dogs' heads.
She remembers. That's a key part of learned helplessness. When she sees dogs out there, she's going to have to put up with them, because no one else is going to stick up for her. No one's going to get rid of those stray dogs. In fact, it'll probably get worse, and then they'll end up raising people's taxes to open up another animal shelter or something.
And I just thank God that a neighbor came out and got them off of me, because I may have been dead.
Curtis says no one is safe.
I believe that's the Texas open carry firearm right there. Maybe a BB gun. But what do you guys think would happen also if this firearm, if that's what it is, was discharged and that video got out? Half of Texas would be calling for that person to get the death penalty for dog abuse or hurting a puppy. And that goes right into learned helplessness. We don't get the support from our fellow citizens. We're cornered in a situation that we can't solve.
Safe.
The same dogs that have attacked me have attacked Amazon drivers, have attacked
Amazon drivers and Terminex drivers. So those are our other characters that I was talking about, like the UPS drivers, for example. They are witnessing this too. And they are being told in the little cortex of their brain that they just need to put up with it. Their managers at FedEx and Amazon and Terminex are not going to give them the right to defend themselves, because they'll get in trouble. The police are not going to do anything because they don't want half of Texas to try to fire them for discharging their firearm on a dangerous dog. So this is creating learned helplessness in our society.
employees on this same street.
An investigator with the Liberty County Sheriff's Office says while the county does not have an animal control division, deputies do respond to dog bite 911 calls.
So there it is, 911 calls and deputies and investigators. They all live in this dog-worshipping society. You can say, well, those investigators should grow some balls, those cops should grow some balls, but they're going to get in trouble if they do. Every time someone defends themselves against a dog, it's all over every social media thing with no context. They won't tell you about this type of stuff that these people are dealing with. And one of the things with learned helplessness too is people get pushed to a point sometimes where they snap. And you see where people end up shooting dogs just randomly or poisoning dogs. That's because of this learned helplessness. It also forces a lot of people to a breaking point when they don't receive help and support.
And if its owner can't be found, or if it's a stray, then they'll call Dayton's or the City of Liberty's animal control. The problem, they say, the city's animal control officials may not be able to come out after hours. We also reached out to several Liberty County commissioners, but so far have not heard back.
Yeah, no kidding. You're not going to hear back. They're going to wait until the problem gets worse, and then they're going to open up another animal shelter. Why though would I focus on Texas for this little video? That's because Texas prides itself on all of this stuff about taking care of family, sticking together. Like when they talk about the border of Mexico, one of the big things that they talk about is keeping drugs and criminals out of our streets. We're here to protect our fellow Texans. Yet they sit on their hands with their thumbs up their ass and duct tape stuck over their eyes while their citizens get literally trashed by freaking dogs. Terrible. Freaking terrible. And so that's how powerful learned helplessness is. You'll literally sit there and allow stuff like this to happen to you, your fellow humans, while boasting about, oh, we're good people, we love dogs, and everybody else. And that goes back to something I was talking about previously. Goodhart's Law. I did a video about this, but this plays with dog culture. Goodhart's Law is the idea that the target is a good metric. So like with Texas, they're proud dog owners. A dog owner is a good person. Dogs are family. But that's just like the target. Look at us, we have dogs, we're good people. We take such good care of our dogs. But you take absolute shit care of your humans that get attacked by dogs. So in Texas, Goodhart's Law, it's like a worst case scenario. Look at us, we're good people. We're those good dog people. Huh. Well, why don't you ask your people over here? Why don't you ask these people if that works? Yep. And you guys know I've mentioned how dog culture raises our taxes. I'm gonna as a placeholder right now with this video, I'm gonna bet you that Texas raises taxes to bring more police officers in, or opens up a $13 million animal shelter to try to solve this problem. Do you think that sounds really crazy? Do you? Huh. Oh, what's this? $13.1 million animal shelter in Texas. Dogs get a $13.1 million animal shelter, and what do your citizens get, guys? What do your citizens get? That's what they get right there. That's the downstream effects of learned helplessness. I really feel like it's actually at this point more of a forced helplessness with this dog ownership. We're really forcing this crap on each other. But yeah, there you go. That has been your little quick impromptu class about learned helplessness from Cleveland, Texas. One of the best places to live if you want to be a dog that can go around hurting people and never experience any of that supposed open carry, help each other stuff that Texas brags on about. See you later.